and welcome to our Let's Play series, where we take a look at some of Reflections' most loved games and talk to the developers that worked on them. Reflections turns 40 this year and we'll be celebrating over a 6-month period, so make sure you follow our social media accounts and keep up to date.
I'm Jack Kuvler. I am Senior Art Director, and I worked on Grow Home. It was, well...
ages ago.
Yeah, however long ago it was. And I've
2016 it came out.
2016.
So 8 years ago.
And I was the artist, effectively. There was we had other artists now and then on the team, but basically it was largely me on my own.
I'm Andy Buck. When I was making Grow Home, I was I guess I was kind of technical lead on the project, lead programmer. I did a lot of things, the way it looks like from how things are shaded and stuff like that, and then we had a little team of other programmers involved in it to help us with trying to solve his walk cycle, or
of course,
adding little bits of gameplay and adding little features to the gameplay and stuff like that. But things like how the plant grows, I did a lot of that, and just all the little springy bits and bobs and stuff.
Right, let's go.
Yeah. He's so janky.
I do forget quite how janky.
He's less janky. He's less janky than he was to start with. When we first started the project, so we got this weird tech. Got this weird tech that had been sort of a little bit of a passion project by one of the other developers, and it did all sorts of weird stuff. Like you could have a little character and arms and legs, and they were sort of wobbly, boxy characters and wobbly, boxy creatures and stuff like that. But it was so rough. And we were like, well, it's obviously got lots of promise, but
it had some kind of charm.
It was charming, and the way that it was wobbly around and stuff like that. But really, really early on, like if you stand still, and you climb on the top there, if you stand still, he stands still.
Yeah.
And for ages,
no, he didn't.
He wouldn't even stand still, because all of the mechanics would be like, oh, you're moving. Oh, I better start moving the feet. Well, now I'm moving the feet. You're moving. And he would just walk off set. He would just be like, oh, I'm done. I'll see you later. And he'd walk off.
On his own mind.
It's stuff to do. Yeah. So that was exciting. I think a significant portion of the project was just wrangling the walking tech.
Just trying to tame Bud.
To be good.
But he wasn't Bud.
Playable.
He was just a collection of boxes, wasn't he?
It was boxes for ages.
He was an aggravating little, you know, we called him the drunk robot, or the drunk, we did call him a drunk robot.
We did call him a robot. He was a robot. I think we settled on the idea that all of the limbs had to be separate really early on. Because you identified that if we started connecting his limbs up and made him skin and stuff like that, it would be really freakish.
It's just too freaky. His behaviour.
He does that.
His behaviour is too freaky. So
you sort of forgive his head going around one way and his body going around the other way.
Exactly.
Because he's a robot, and that's okay.
But the key to making him lovable was giving him this huge baby-like head.
Big head.
Giving him a mom. So we gave him a mom in the sky. The spaceship's his mom.
Yeah.
This is Bud. He's a little kid. And instantly, as soon as it's a little kid, instead of just a collection of boxes that you think might be a drunk robot, it stops being aggravating and frustrating, and you just become, oh no, Bud!
I can't believe
you care about him.
You have to walk around.
Oh, well, I can climb up here.
You can climb over. That was like, I think that was the thing that made us want to make something, but we didn't know what it was. We were just like, well, this is weird, because you've got an instant make any like third person game you want. Yeah. Go anywhere you want. Does whatever, you know, we don't need to animate anything, it just works. It's janky, but it works. And then all of a sudden you got, like, as a game design start point, that's pretty amazing. So I remember we went round in circles doing all sorts of other prototypes for ages.
Well, right at the start, it was just about these animals.
Yeah, it was.
It was all about animals. It was called Ark, and it was It was about collecting a bestiary, wasn't it?
Collecting all the
animals.
Then there was find and collect all the animals, and then there was find and save all the animals because they had stuff.
And to tame them.
Because
they all had like
that's
the
still in there.
crystals stuck
They
in
don't
them.
they've still got all the AI for that because once the AI was written for the sheep, if you had something they liked, I think if there's grass anywhere, they'll follow you around. They'll follow you around if they can find grass. So if you pull
that one seems very scared at the minute. He might not.
Yeah, you upset him. If you pull the grass out, then he should follow you probably.
I remember all that behaviour stuff.
But like, we had all sorts of stuff like, no,
hello,
I got your grass for you. Stuff like they didn't like fire, and they nice. No, you've upset him. He's scared.
I know, he's really scared. He's floating
hit him or
rocks.
something
Remember
like
these floating rocks?
Oh yeah, they spin. Actually, they spin. You can jump on
I
them.
know. They're just floating.
They're just
So cool.
Absolutely no justification whatsoever for doing it other than the rest of the rocks in the sky are floating.
So then, yes, after we decided we couldn't, as we've just demonstrated, the animal behaviour was completely. We couldn't tame the animals. So there was no way that the game could be about that.
We said we wanted something else that allowed you to grow your environment or build your environment.
Yeah.
And we started prototyping different ways of building stuff. So we had plants that were like a cactus and they'd sort of go blob, and then you'd have to find something to make more of it or something. And then I think we ended up with one prototype that was just one of the sort of side shoots, and we're like, well, this is loads of fun.
Yeah.
You have to climbing up onto the side chute and then driving it around and making it go places. I think that helped a lot.
That was became the whole thing, right? It became. Well, that's what Vertigo was about, wasn't it?
But because you were just given the power to grow the plant wherever you wanted, and new shoots would appear on the sides of it, and you grow them, and then you'd make a massive mess somewhere. And the frame rate would tank in the early versions.
So if I grow this into
You go that into that.
I can't remember how.
Both the triggers.
I'm doing it.
Grab the shoot.
Hold tight. X. I needed an X. There we go.
Onboarding. And that would do that.
Okay, so and then we wanted ways to get higher up the plant quicker, right?
So I think quite early on.
Because you keep falling.
You keep falling. Walking's kind of fun. Climbing is fun in little pieces when you want to go places. Like, I want to get over there. But climbing for long periods is not fun. And walking for long periods is kind of repetitive, and he tends to do silly stuff. So we started looking for other ways. Again,
Mom tells us an extremely elastic new growth. Interesting. Let's see what it does. Whee!
So then you go and grab stuff, and that was the bit I think that opened it up a lot, because then you've got variety of traversal, and it feels really.
So I'm going to grow that stem.
Yeah, then you start making a plan. Like, I'm going to go. I think there's one right in front of you because the early ones are really obvious.
Ooh, ride that thing.
This camera was a massive pain to code, because it can go you can like loop it around, and you can turn it upside down, and then at the end of it, actually the camera itself wasn't the problem while you're riding it, but then getting back to you doing whatever you want to do.
Yes, because you could have gone upside down.
You can be upside down, up against the wall, or all sorts of other stuff. I remember the bugs for that.
I mean, 90% of your time on this project was working on the camera, wasn't it?
Working on the camera, working on the shaders, working on all of the way it looks, because we had that was quite good actually. That worked quite well.
Yeah.
Because we could sit down. You could say, I want it to do this. I want it to look like that.
Oh, I loved it.
It worked quite well.
I loved it. I loved making this game.
Yeah, this is my favourite project, I think. Mm-hmm. I think just because we could make stuff, like we would have a thought, and we could do the thing. You know, you just go, how about bouncy leaves? Okay, I'll code up some bouncy leaves. It's like really, really short amounts of time.
Yeah.
Should we make a cactus? Yeah, we've got this art style that allows us to be really expressive really quickly.
Everything we did was about how to make a cool thing with limited resources.
With limited
resources. Tiny team, and the reason we had so much freedom was that it was just us for a long time.
Really small number of us.
Small number of people on this game, right, all the way through, and that just meant that we had the freedom. There was no expectations. There was no requirement to reach a certain expectation or IP or It was brand
Yeah.
new. It was just
Yeah.
it was just what we wanted to make of it. It was our little baby, literally our little baby. It was.
I think you've got to go over there and
I'm going to go over there.
get the. Oh, you haven't got a.
I've got a spring. I've got a daisy, but it's not going to last very long. I'll aim for a spring leaf. I'll aim for that one. Yeah, I can get it. I can get it. I can get it. I can
Because
get
you
it.
haven't got a backpack or anything yet.
I've grabbed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was it. You could avoid
You grab
all
the
of
floor.
I think actually, if you hit the
You
floor
wanna
really
go for
hard, you
that
do
globe.
die.
There's
Where's
a
his
globe,
head?
there's a
What have you
globe.
done with his head?
I've stuck his head inside his body.
I think the head's underneath the leaf.
Oh, I think you're right. Let's see. Let's see if we can spring. His head's come. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm fine, everyone.
It's all right.
It's
Yeah.
okay, Mum. I'm
Feel
fine.
better.
I'm fine. That's what my kids said. Because when we made this, that you had. How old was Alice when we made this?
Yeah, so she was
'Cause
really,
your-
really small.
Your little girl was very
yeah,
small.
she was really small.
Pete had kids who were very small, boys who were very small.
Yeah, well, actually, it was really, really good. So when we did, it was really nice because it was something we could play together. And that actually, even when we took this, we had a stand at GDC, like out in the foyer, like doing stuff at GDC, and showing it off and doing talks about it. And I had people coming up and saying, "Thank you for making the game, because it allowed me to play this game with my son or my daughter or whatever." And really, really good.
I loved it. I loved that feedback and those. I didn't have any kids, and now I do. I've got a 4-year-old.
Perfect game. Perfect age for that as well.
I know, and he's always saying, I'm okay. Before I'm all right. I'm okay. But he's exactly this mentality and exactly this personality. It's perfect. Where should we go?
We can go up from there, because you're always getting measures about how high you've got. And
Let's try and get up.
yeah,
here.
so you can get up there from that one.
There must be a cave in there. Look, there's a waterfall. Something coming out.
Oh, God,
I
the
love that
interiors.
waterfall shader.
Yeah, it came out right, that one.
I like it. No. I haven't got any daisies.
Yeah, this is
I'm living on the
living
edge.
very dangerously. No daisies at all.
I'm
Trying to climb
I'm
up
a
the
professional.
It's an overhead climb.
Uh-huh.
It's got a proper name, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, you ask a climber.
Yeah, and getting those things would eventually unlock new abilities, wouldn't it, as well? That was the other
that's
thing.
right.
More
We've got-
traversals. Everything was about traversing.
Ooh, a new creature. Little dodo thing.
Remember the point at which we put the blink on? Because the
yeah.
eyes, they kind of followed you like that.
Yes, but
And
without
then-
the blink.
Without the blink,
Yeah.
they're like a little bit freakish.
Yeah.
But the blink sort of makes them, suddenly gives them a personality. It's weird.
See if we can get in here. A little bit of floating. A little bit of floating on there. Okay.
I don't know what his problem is. He's oh, actually, I think because of the AI, I think some of the different animals don't like do like each other, and they'll chase around after each other and things. Like the sheep, all like sheep.
Uh-huh.
So if a sheep sees another sheep, then it'll follow other sheep around, and it meant that you got little herds. But I think the dodo and the sheep don't get on. So I think if you get the dodo
They're
near
hard
the
to get
sheep,
together as well. You have to drag them out.
you have to drag it
cave.
out there and then not kill it
Yeah.
by throwing it off the ledge.
Love these mushrooms. Okay. These mushrooms are slightly bouncy, aren't they?
Yeah, they should be. Yeah, they're boingy. Well, I mean, you jump on it, and it should do that. Yeah. Again, because we always knew what you were, really easily what you were climbing on and what you were attached to. And
I missed
you don't have a
I was
daisy.
too brave. I was running for a
it's
daisy.
all you're going to hit the floor really
I'm gonna
hard.
scatter. I'm gonna scatter. Boom.
Did you
Okay.
put the stuff you throw off the edges? Remember we put that whole thing in with the. You've done it again, nearly.
I know.
Where the stuff would wash up on the shore.
Yeah. They just
This
persist,
whole
wouldn't
collection, they persist, yeah, because
I love
it's
the
only a
whole
really
tone
small-
of that, like the original, like the idea of that persistent life. Do you remember we had the idea that you would regenerate, but you'd still see the bits. Of
Oh yeah, you'd still
death.
see his.
You'd find
like,
your corpse. In
yeah,
the places you
because he's a
died.
robot, so he was let out of a pod again, wasn't he? He's like, and again, off you go,
Whatever,
and all of your
whatever
debris
reason you need.
would be laying on the beach, washed up.
Little scattered.
So actually, we had
head and
one
limbs.
of the demos. We actually had like bottles and things washing up, didn't we?
Yeah,
was a whole-
messages. There was going to be messages from
There's
other
gonna be
players. Do you
messages.
remember we had the async multiplayer stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, That's right. We were going to be able to send messages from one player to another.
It was like really, really friendly Dark Souls.
Yeah. Right, we're just gonna. Come on.
Same as we had a version where you could have more than one player. We had a split screen.
That's right. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, and we had growing competitions, didn't we? With
Growing competitions. Yeah, we had a version that we used for one of our like internal events, which was a competition where the sea rised. The sea rose up over the course of 2 minutes, and you had to climb really, really, really fast, and you had to be really, really effective. And I'm pretty sure Dan was
Dan was the
absolute champion of that. You could climb.
I love this little landscape.
In inhuman speed.
These little cutscenes. Look at these little cutscenes.
If you remember, there's about 6 cutscenes for that section, because you did a cutscene for every single side. So as you came through, if you came through and you were coming up where you could see through that hole in between the rocks over there, then you'd get that kind of view from over there.
It's just rewarding replayabilities.
That's it. Not all the other charming, silly things that you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and this is where you also start to see other plants, like the other mushroom there.
Yeah, the tall, wobbly one. This is quite wobbly to climb, isn't it, I think? God, it has been years since I've played it. Years.
Yeah, well, as I said, I played it a few months ago, but I certainly didn't get this far. I sort of ran around on the beach a bit, and then something came up and I didn't get any further, but it was a bit strange. I think you can... I can't remember how it is you get to scan the mushrooms.
I don't think you can scan the big things. Yeah, Mum will tell us.
Mum will tell us.
Let's go.
I'd better open that because... there's a sheep.
Trying to get in. See if we can put a sheep in.
You can put a sheep in. Yeah, the sheep should go in there, but I don't know if it'll scan it.
The thing.
That's how you move the sheep around easily. Like the other animals, if you could get them to one of the teleporters.
Oh, can you teleport them?
You can teleport with the sheep. Anything you take in the teleporter, you can teleport somewhere else, and then that would wake up.
I love how sort of TARDIS-y, sort of red dwarfy.
Well,
that whole design of that thing.
Yeah. He's ready.
He's gone of his own accord. Look at that. Okay, where should I go now?
I guess we have to go up
Have
some
to grow
more.
a new plant from.
We have to get
the plant comes out, doesn't it?
The plant. Have you actually ran the plant? Oh, you missed an island down below. Chuck yourself off the edge.
Okay.
They're the mushrooms you can scan. That was it. They're the mushrooms you can scan. You can pull those out.
Yeah, these are just
little
button mushrooms.
And then you can scan those.
Okay, let's see if we can find an island.
Looks good from above.
That's great.
The whole shader, the whole lighting and everything was just done in one shader. It's just like everything's the same.
One texture.
Everything's one texture. There's one shader. Everything's done in one go. All of the fogging, all of the lighting, all of the reflection, everything like that. Yeah.
Look,
just made it really straightforward.
Yeah, it was a joy. No UVs.
No, nothing was UV unwrapped ever because UVs weren't a thing. Because we didn't.
You could just pretend we didn't want them.
Yeah. Well, actually, they were a thing because the texture was like it's like a little palette, isn't it? And
That's true.
All
you
the
have to
UVs,
put them in the right place.
You just grab all the UVs and you just stick them in one. I mean, it's red. You want a gradient? Tough. Gradients are banned anyway. Like all of the language, the visual language is really, really clear.
Yeah.
I enjoy So I don't know if many people would identify it easily, but all of the organic stuff. This was your thing. All the organic stuff's triangles, and all the mechanical stuff's quads. And it's like it just meant that every shape made from them was forced to kind of conform to that language.
Yeah, it made it really.
So it made it really readable.
Easy to.
It also helps that.
New stuff.
I'm going to design a plant. Well, it's triangles.
Yes.
I'm going to design him a new little machine. Oh, that's quad.
Yeah.
Great. Good and clear.
So there's a big island over there. I must miss the branch.
You missed the branch over there, which means somewhere around here there is a. There it is. Oh, that one there. Oh, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, come on.
Living on the edge, just like two. I think this was one of the frustrations was if you did mess up. Sometimes if you mess up, then it can be a little bit of a. Oh, I'm gonna climb all the way up there. More leaves. That's what the leaves.
Yeah, the bouncy.
I think we added leaves late. Like we added leaves already,
were late.
but we added more leaves. So the leaves would pop out the side of the shoots. So over time, as you grow more plant, you're actually making more. Like,
This is quite a long one, isn't it? So I have to be quite straight to it.
yeah. Oh, and it does this. Oh, it does that thing where it fights you a bit.
It does
doesn't
wonder.
Yeah.
It's got a mind of its own, this little beanstalk. Oh, it's going to night. It's going to get
was
the
all one
cutscene at
texture as
night.
well.
Look at that. It's growing through the island.
There it goes.
Look at all those rocks. It's coming out the top. Can't quite see it because it's night time.
Yeah. Well, replayability. That's back to your previous argument.
That's exactly. I need to restart so that I can see that in day. Right, I'll grab a new Desi.
You did because you burnt the last one.
I'm full Daisy. Okay.
Full Daisy, you're going to fall off just as fast. I remember we went over the.
I need to get all the way out
You
there.
spent so long messing with the sky colour, like for all the different sizes, because it was just one texture. You could sit there and just finesse what you wanted it to look like on the horizon, really, really carefully.
Yeah, I was all about those horizon gradients and the curvature
And the curvature of the planet.
of
Yeah.
the planet. I love that.
Yeah. Well, so that as you get really high up, actually, you can see it.
You can see it more and more.
So it was because it's all actually flat. It's just
Yes.
implied in the shader, but like there it is. The sun's coming up over there.
The sun's rising.
Then we used for the second game. We used
Oh.
a similar thing, but we actually had a planet there.
Yes, we had a proper real round planet. Ready? I'm going to jump.
Round planet and round gravity. Just crazy. Oh, I thought you were going to get that.
Yeah. Oh, look at that big one over there. Look at that.
Yeah, the
That's
massive one with a
massive,
hole in it.
massive.
Yeah.
Oh. Got the bull on it.
Yeah, I think actually early on you were going to be in charge of the big plant, but actually it made more sense to kind of tailor the kind of main.
Yeah,
route.
it took us a long time to get from just the one plant to the branch version.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were so determined that everything was going to be user generated. Nobody really struggled with that conceptually. Like the idea that the game would have some kind of pre-designed elements at all.
No, players allowed to do everything.
Yeah. The whole idea was that we were just building on the procedural nature of the animation.
Yeah.
And just wanted everything to be procedural and
Yeah, I think it works.
Happenstance.
I think it works better as a
Serendipity.
story, as a journey.
serendipity was our biggest word, wasn't it, to the whole development. Those happy accidents.
Now, where's that thing? Came to the top of there, didn't it? There it
Yes,
is.
so I need to grow these ones up to these new
Over there somewhere.
doors. Let's see where this one goes, right?
Yeah, they're kind of pointed in
Yeah,
the right of
they do
leaves.
suggest.
They do. Yeah, certainly if you sat on the end of them, you're like, oh, there's an island over there. But I think as it goes up, it gets a bit more, because it gets really spread out high up, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So that at that point, you've got to,
and the growths go longer.
and faster.
Do they get harder to control yet?
No, I think they're about the same.
Oh,
but
this one's quite a dragon.
fighting.
Yep. Come on. There's no indication of how long it's going to last either, is there, actually?
It slows down.
It
It slows
does.
down really, really gradually towards the end, but we wanted to make it so that it felt, you didn't want it to be decelerating like all the time.
Yeah.
Because that was just felt like you were coming to a stop all the time. So it's fast, and then near the end you can get a sense that it's about to start doing it. You have to get a few of those before long, because you're going to need
Gonna need a backpack.
2 more.
We just spent about 4 years. What was it? Like 2 years just saying backpack.
Making bud noises. Actually, of all the games I've worked on, I don't think the audio for this game ever really annoyed me. You know, like when lots of games you work on, you just get fed up of the same like music sequence or the same like sound effect, and,
Yeah.
or the same tutorial.
Do you remember the first music I put in? I put in a Flaming Lips track, and that wound up everybody straight away. I thought it was the loveliest kind of relaxing little thing, but everyone got sick of that very quickly.
Exactly.
So all power to Lewis for when he added real audio.
Real
Real audio that we actually released as well. We've got an album. There's an album on iTunes, right?
like the Grow Home album.
Yeah.
You need that crystal. You need that crystal.
Oh, well, fight. You and your crystals. You're such a collector.
I am. Oh, I'm terrible. Honestly, there's a. Oh, look at that. Look, that's the other thing. You can watch it doing its thing all the way off in the distance.
Yeah.
Do you know what the speed run time for this game is? Can you imagine how long it takes to get? So you're going to get from the bottom on the floor. Yeah, roughly I know. You get all the way from the bottom. You're going to grow the plant all the way up through all of the islands and get all the way to mom. So the speed run is from the point at which I think you touch the ground to the point at which you pull the lever in the spaceship. Right. That's the kind of the brackets. Yeah. 8 minutes.
No way!
It's something daft, like 8 minutes.
I'd love to see that.
It's mental. There's exactly that sort of impressiveness of somebody honing the game to one specific end, which is to get from one end to one part to another in the smallest possible time. Yeah. So much dedication, so much time it was taken to time all of the bounces and the jumps and the leaves and just set that off over there. And I know it's because some of these you can set them off and leave them. If you let go, it does it anyway. So
it doesn't connect on its own, does it?
Yeah. If it's pointing in the right way, but it might drift. But it always behaves pretty much the same. So you could roughly get it to there and walk off, and it should do the rest of it. Carrots. Are they carrots? I think they're carrots.
There you go. It's growing. Through that cloud.
They're all basically it's like 3 cloud models, and they just sort of scale up, rotate for a while, and then shrink. Where's the next island? That's the other thing. At this point, you can start looking around to make a plan. It's that steady discovery to strategy, to discovery to strategy thing that I think. And by the end of it, once you've got all the powers and things, you can glide around and see the whole thing.
Rocket pack, don't you? You can do whatever the hell you want.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I go.
You need a glider. Go and get some crystals and get a glider. Really high off the ground.
I'll be fine. Don't worry, Dad.
Just be careful.
Let me calling you Dad. Right, let's do it. Where am I going? I'm going to
over there.
Get to that one.
Yeah. This is the whole upside. See the camera?
Yeah.
Sometimes
nasty.
The transition in, the transition
nasty,
out.
Andy. I can't believe you let that go. Oh.
I reckon it's an old build. I reckon it's completely and utterly solved.
You were off for a week.
There we are. Actually, you can start to see the curve of the planet.
Oh, totally.
Really nicely.
It gets tiny at the end. Come on! No, it's not going to make it.
Oh yeah. Actually, this is.
Always do it.
No, well, you have to get to a point where you can grow another one because along the length
it does
of
have
it,
sub ones.
Yeah, they grow off the sides. So you make, and at some point off the ground, you have to start kind of helping the player learn that one isn't enough. You need to do another.
Just so it's not just there. Okay, let's do it.
And then by the end of it, you're like, I wonder if I can write my name.
Well, that's it. We had people writing their names in the sky, didn't we? With their crazy long beanstalk branches.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, there's a bit of code. If you get within a certain distance,
it just makes
it succeeds. You're like, because it's really, really frustrating if just the little tip of the end of it doesn't quite.
Throw me
a
frickin' bone.
Yeah. That's super frustrating otherwise.
Okay, can I make it across there on Daisy?
Actually, I think there's also some stuff to help you not fall off the branches quite so easily.
It's too far.
If only you had a glider.
I know. Do you think I can make it across there on a Daisy?
I reckon you can make it to that leaf. I reckon you can make it to that leaf. If you remember where you're facing, you've twisted the camera all the way around now.
Let's try and get on.
Oh yeah, use the mushroom.
Won't give it much of a boost, but maybe a little. Oh, it's quite an overhang, this one.
Yeah, getting around the end of it.
Cresting. Oh, cresting. You know what? I'm not going to do it.
You're just going to throw yourself off. Well, not like that.
That was the worst, least momentum throw. I can do it.
The drop rate on the Daisy increases as you lose.
God.
I blame the art director for making it difficult. There's the moon. It's a bit of moonlight.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think we have a moon.
No, we don't have a moon. Okay.
Oh no, we do have a moon. But not in this game.
There's definitely a moon in the next game.
Yeah. Because you have to get to the moon.
Is that a crystal on the plant. There's a crystal on the plant.
Yeah,
I've
no,
forgotten
it's not a crystal.
What's that?
That's a flower.
Oh, yeah.
The crystals glow, they're white, and they've got a glow to them.
I'd forgotten there were flowers.
What are our favourite things in this game?
My favourite is creating Bud. Like when that collection of cardboard boxes that felt like a drunk robot turned into a little kid.
Yeah,
with a mom.
That was a bit of a quest you kind of like went on one weekend.
Huge.
It felt like that. It felt like you were like, I want to do this thing, and you did some sketches. I remember you had some paper with some sketches and stuff like that on, and then you just sort of headed off and came back with the main character. but it didn't seem like a really long time.
Designing at home, yeah.
You imagine doing that in a AAA game? Just
No,
like, hi everybody, I've made a new main character today. Pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't really like Etsy. I thought like a big-headed robot would be cool.
And it was, I can't remember which order it happened because it was when Ian created Mom. And said, well, you need a mom, you need a, that's the relationship.
Do you think it was that way around?
I don't remember. I don't remember which, honestly.
I don't remember now. Was it? Yeah.
But that's definitely my favourite. Like creating the sense of the character and the feeling, and getting away from a frustrating drunk old box guy to.
The original. Yeah, he wasn't in the old one. The old character before Bud, the kind of stand-in prototype character wasn't. He didn't have a very endearing face, did he?
Nah, it sort of stuffed beer boxes.
Well, that was a long time ago. Yeah, before that. I don't know. I don't know if I have like a particular, because I guess one of the things I like is it's a rare game that I've worked on where I can point to anything on any screen and know that I had an input into it and say I can tell like which input I had to which things.
Yeah.
And you don't get that very often.
No.
You don't get to be able to be so creatively invested in one, like a thing of that scale.
No. It was a real piece of magic that only comes along.
And being able to just
very,
kind of
very
change
lucky.
stuff.
Yeah.
You just go.
Hours.
Yeah. You just go. Actually, I think creatively this is the best choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do that, and then we just do it.
Making a game on gut.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a good idea because I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Great, go for it. Oh, that's a bit strange. Yeah, this bit, see, there's a really, really subtle little force that comes in on the sides that stops you falling off it quite so easily because Bud's wobbly. Favourite thing would be the whole project.
Yeah,
which is a bit vague.
Just getting to do this.
Yeah.
Getting to make a game that is fully, totally, properly ours and have people love it and have like
really, really positive.
Own it.
Really.
And just get endless loving feedback. And
yep.
It's just amazing. It was a real.
It's certainly not like it has some aspects of it. That, oh, look, you've got.
What have I got? I've got a camera. I've got the right stick to zoom out.
Hey, there we are. That's it. Because then you can make it. Because there are crystals stuck in the bottom of some of the rocks and things, aren't there?
Yeah.
Eventually, you get a little like radio blipper that gives you a bit of a hint where they are.
That's right.
But being able to just like iterate on the design like that, really fluidly, and be able to go from I've got an idea to here's the idea playable in really small like days or less than days, hours. Mm-hmm. It's just rare.
Isn't that what you can do? And like just
it does look pretty.
Half an hour, you can just grow this. Yeah. And see around the whole world.
I'm quite pleased with my shaders, to be honest.
It's beautiful, absolutely.
Yeah, they came out.
Beauty.
Awesome.
Would play again.
Would recommend.